With 2024 coming to a close, here's a short list of cameras that I'm taking into 2025. Let's do it.
Oh my God, I'm just playing with them now, yeah. Oh my God, what she saying, say it loud.
So much like every video, actually not like every video, I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm not gonna be long-winded about this. I'm just here to tell you my favorite cameras for this year. And my third favorite camera, well, I guess it's technically 4, but I'll tell you why in a little bit, why it's 4 and it's not 3, but number 3 is my Canon EOS R8. This little thing is specifically with the adapter to go from RF to EF because I have an EF Sigma 35mm 1.4 art lens on this. This is my favorite setup for getting like B-roll shots or just anything that's gonna look artistic, and it's 35mm. This is my favorite camera. I took this to Oregon a little over a year ago. I just took it to Arizona this year. This thing is definitely solid, and it's great because I have 2 other lenses. Actually 3 other lenses. I got the 70-200, 2.8, and I have the 16-35. So if I really want to do like wide angle style, like vlogging or like landscape shots, I'll just pull this out with the 35 or the 16-35. I don't know what the aperture is on the other, oh Jesus, 16mm, but it's a great camera. Surprisingly, it's one of the cheaper mirrorless cameras that's full frame that you're gonna find. The last time I checked, for the body only, it was like 1,200 bucks, which for full frame, you can't really go wrong. And my favorite part is recording, but recording while looking through the viewfinder. I feel like that is, you know, lost on most cameras these days. I feel like looking through the lens is so much better than looking on an LCD screen. I don't know why, but I feel like I learned photography on like film cameras because I went to school for it, and it was like my first class was like black and white photography. You know, I love these styles of cameras. I know they're not really, they used to not be for video, but now they are the cameras you use for video, so I like it. It's my favorite mirrorless camera that's also full frame. Before we change scenes here, I just thought about, I'm gonna throw in some examples. So enjoy a little montage of me using this camera from whenever I used it. I don't know what clips I'm gonna use. Cut to the footage, future me.
Put your lips on mine. I love it when we hide in the pale blue sky, floating on cloud 9. Do you feel the winds are turning round?
Unfortunately, we can't bring video in, so
What goes up
we'll have to just check it
always
afterwards.
come back down.
And prayers. All right.
I'll be safe in your arms, like the light in the day never part. I'm looking down the line, with you by my side I'll be fine. To earth, it's just as good as up there. I'm gonna keep you near, 'cause you're all I need, my dear. Do you feel the winds are turning round?
I feel like me just telling you that it's good is maybe not good enough. So I'm gonna give you some specs so you can decide for yourself. It's got a 24.2 megapixel full frame CMOS sensor. It's got the Digic X, or maybe it's 10 processor, Canon, I don't know. I don't follow you that closely. There is no in-body image stabilization on this. It's not really a problem for me. If it's too shaky, I'll just do some image stabilization post-processing. Some of my camera lenses have stabilization in them, so I don't really run into that problem too often. Plus, when I use this camera, I use a lot of tripods, so a lot of tripod shots. You can do 4K 60. It is oversampled from 6K down to 4K 60, so there's that. I don't really use 4K 60 and like high frame rates, unless I'm doing like, you know, slow motion stuff, which I don't do that often. The LCD screen is 3 inches and it articulates just the way you need it to. Like, you know, you can have it facing you. You can, you know, have it facing up or down. It's a good articulation. I kind of like the ones that flip up, but that's not on this camera, and I don't really care. The battery is the LPE17. They're not my favorite batteries. They don't last that long, so if you're gonna buy this camera, buy a couple extra batteries. It does have Wi-Fi on it and like Bluetooth and stuff like that. You can use it with the Camera Connect app from Canon, but I've said it before and I'll say it again, that app is absolutely hot garbage and Canon really needs to work on it. Get on that, Canon, because DJI's Mimo app is spectacular. Where'd you go wrong? Why can't we update this? It's 2024. About to be 2025. Come on now. That's pretty much it, I think, for the specs. You know, the autofocus on Canon is probably one of my favorite autofocuses in cameras, but you know, lots of cameras have good autofocus, dude. Oh yeah, it's also pretty lightweight, I gotta say. It's not a heavy camera. When I took it on a hike into the Grand Canyon, I had it on my chest. Didn't slow me down. It was good. I've heard a lot of people talk about the overheating on this in various videos. I haven't personally had this camera overheat to where I couldn't use it. I've gotten a couple ticks up on the thermometer scale that it's got, but nothing too significant. All right, let's move. All right, so the next camera on my list of favorite cameras of 2024 going into 2025 is the Osmo Action 5 Pro. This camera, it's also got the small rig cage on there, which is pretty sick. I would have to say, I enjoy it thoroughly. What can I say about this camera? When I'm looking for camera stuff, what cameras I'm gonna use, what is going on? People are like freaking out right now outside of Sam's Club. So when I'm looking for cameras, they gotta be functional, they gotta be easy to use, and they gotta look good. It's very simple, very, you know, I've always been a user of GoPros because they've always been the leader in the action camera world. But as of late, it seems that DJI has taken the throne. I didn't have the Osmo Action 4. I just bought the Osmo Action 5 Pro when that came out, as soon as it came out, and I've been using it pretty much daily ever since then. I took it to Arizona. The full-length Arizona video is coming out soon, I promise. It's been kind of hard trying to edit that video and edit all these other videos that I want to get out because I've been taking this channel a little more seriously over the past 7 months. So that video is coming soon, but the Osmo Action 5 Pro. It's a fantastic little camera. When I have to go into places where I don't want to bring a big camera or the Osmo Pocket 3, it's great for that. The image quality is great. You can shoot with D-Log-M in 10-bit. So color grading looks great. What else? What are these people doing, man? All right, so the Osmo Action 5 Pro. Let's just run through some specs. I hope this lighting is not great. Let's figure this out here. The lighting inside is not great. What are you doing? All right. We got a 1/1.3 inch image sensor, 4K recording up to 120 frames per second, so super sweet, slow-mo. It's got D-Log, like I said, D-Log-M. Regular color profile is still in D-Log, but it shoots it in 10-bit, so that's good. The ultra wide angle is 155 degrees. I like to rock it on the, I guess it's like the standard / narrow D-warped, so it's kind of like, if I had to say, it'd be like 16 millimeter to me. I don't know. Aperture is f2.8. Stabilization is great. Horizon leveling is cool, except for when you're driving. Rock steady, I have that usually on like standard. I don't really do that much like, you know, high octane action stuff, so I'm not really worried about rock steady. It's got the screen in the front, which you can control. It's got the screen in the back, which is 2.25 inches. And the one in the front is 1.4 inches. You can have it so it's filled out, or I like to have it like so you see the actual frame, so it's not like the entirety of the screen, like there's a black bar up top and bottom, but you can still see your shot, which is great. The microphones on this camera are good on its own, but you can also connect the DJI Mic 2 and now the DJI Mic Mini, so that's also fun. And now on this camera you can connect 2 of them, so 2's better than 1, dude. Let's see, it's pretty small. I did a video a couple, maybe like a month or so ago, comparing it to the Ace Pro 2, and the Ace Pro 2 is just so big. I was like, for what reason is that, dude? Like, so big. So this one's a lot smaller, more compact, is more great for me. It's also got a feature that not a lot of other cameras have, and that's internal storage. You get 47 gigabytes of internal storage on this bad boy, and I think that's pretty sick because it happens to me all the time where I take the card out of this camera or any camera and I transfer the footage, but then I get out on a shoot, or I just get out to go film something and I'm like, I forgot my card, and then the whole day is ruined. So having that internal storage is super sick. Wi-Fi 6.0, you can connect it to the DJI Mimo app, which is probably the best camera app to pair with a camera that I've used so far. I used the Ace Pro one. It was okay, nothing great. Didn't really blow my hair back. USB-C for, hold on. I gotta put this chicken in the fridge. It's got USB-C for charging and for file transfers. So if you know USB-C, you know that it is the better of the connections, which is why I'm glad the iPhones finally transferred over to that. And it charges quite fast. I don't know if I have the specs on how fast it charges. I don't, but it charges pretty damn quick. And the batteries on this thing are 1950 milliamp hour batteries. And I recorded in 4K 24 for I think 3.5 hours continuously. That's pretty good. I was only doing it for a test. I'm never gonna record for 4 hours straight, because why would I do that? Waterproof up to 20 meters. I don't know the conversion because I'm an American. Super night mode is cool. It's got a built-in pressure gauge to tell you how deep you're going. You know what I'm saying? When you're underwater. I don't do that, so I'm not really worried about that. You know, it's got everything you need in an action camera. It's durable. The back screen, however, is a little scratchy. I placed it on a rock in Arizona and I got a nice little scratch in there, so not my favorite thing, but now I'm gonna roll a clip, small montage of stuff I've shot with this. Probably a lot of stuff from Arizona because I used it a crap load there, and it's a lot of stuff you probably haven't seen yet on this channel, so let's go to the clips. Makes it look even cooler than it is. It probably does. It's probably too much though. My wife has fully left me now. It's okay. I'll be fine without her. All right, so last and certainly not least, well, technically not last, but my favorite camera of 2024 and also going into 2025 is this one, the Osmo Pocket 3, or the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. This is probably my favorite camera that I've ever owned. I don't know why I like it so much. It's just so cool to have a 3-axis gimbal, a 4K capability, 4K 24, in such a tiny package. And it's so sick, and it's just, to me, it's the perfect camera, especially to anyone who does vlogs, just shoots around, you know. And it's inconspicuous enough you can like take it places and people really aren't sure what it is that you're holding because it doesn't look like a camera. It kind of reminds me of the old school flip video. I don't know if anyone knows that, but that was one of the cooler cameras back in the day. Let's go through some specs on the Osmo Pocket. Okay, the description of the Osmo Pocket 3 is: the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is a compact handheld camera that combines advanced imaging capabilities with a 3-axis gimbal for stabilized footage. And there's some other stuff. I asked ChatGPT because I don't feel like Googling this stuff. So it's got a 1-inch CMOS sensor. It also has a 20mm equivalent lens, so the focal distance is if you were to have a 20mm fixed lens. You can digitally zoom. I don't like to zoom. Yeah, photo resolution, 3648 by 2736 pixels. 4K recording up to 120 frames for that juicy, smooth, slow motion. 3K, 1:1, up to 60, full HD, up to 240 for slow motion. That's pretty cool. It's got the D-Log M color profiles and the standard color 10-bit profile. Also HLG, I don't mess with that. It's got the active track on there, so I'll turn it on real quick. I don't like to do it when I'm just sitting here. So like wherever I move, it's framed up, so it's got me in the center of the frame. You can change that to like wherever you want to be. Like if I want to be more on the left side of the frame, it'll keep you in the left side. You know, it's pretty cool. I don't like to use it too often because I feel like it's almost distracting. I use it mainly in the car because even if I put it on like FPV mode, it still kind of drifts a bit more than I would like it to, so I keep it on in the car. 2-inch rotatable OLED touchscreen or OLED touchscreen. It's got some cool time-lapse features on here. I've done it a couple times. It's got the joystick that helps you like navigate the gimbal if you want to just manually go left and right, up and down. The cameras on this are pretty good. I mean, the cameras on this. The microphones on this are pretty good. I always connect a DJI mic of some kind. This is the DJI Mic Mini. It's their newest installment to their wireless microphones, and it's probably my favorite because it's got clipping control in there, so I really don't have to worry about if my audio is too loud or too soft. I just set it to 0, and then unless it's super loud, then I'll like back it down, but I usually keep it at 0. Battery life is good. I got the creator combo kit, so it comes with the extra battery attachment. It charges in like 15 minutes, so I think it says like 80% charge in 16 minutes with USB-C and fast charging, so that's pretty sick. It's very light, does micro SD cards up to 512 gigabytes, which is what I have in here, which is overkill. I think when I turn this off, it says you have like 13 hours left to record. It's like, that's a lot of hours, dude. Also works with the Mimo app. Again, DJI, good on you for the Mimo app. It's like the best app for camera stuff. So the Osmo Pocket 3 is my favorite camera of 2024, probably going into 2025 until they release the Osmo Pocket 4, which I don't know how they're gonna make it better unless they made it like a full, bigger sensor. Like, give me a full frame. That would be so sick. A full frame pocketable camera would be so sick. Come on, dogs. So yeah, here's some footage I shot with the Pocket 3 on probably some of my adventures. Piggy! Here's the clips. Enjoy the music. I got it from Artlist. All right, thanks. I still think out of the 3 cameras that I have, the Pocket is the best one. The only downfall is it's not rugged. It's just perfect. Yeah. This would be perfect for you. It literally tracks you. It comes with like its own little tiny tripod. Simple. Gets the good shot.
What time is it?
I don't know, probably like 2 o'clock.
Ew.
Yeah, so we got 2 hours to kill before we can get into our Airbnb or our motel. That's what I meant to say, motel. That was cool though,
That was cool.
for it being right behind a gas station
Yeah,
in the middle of freaking Page, Arizona.
pretty neat.
Just add to my collection of sunburn. All right, we're back again. I just wanted to add this last one in here as an honorable mention to 2024, and that's the iPhone 16 Pro Max. You know, in a pinch, I can record with this, and I've done it a couple times where I'm filming a video and I need to get some like product shots of whatever I'm talking about, and I'll just show them with the iPhone camera. It's a decent video camera. I would recommend, if you're using the iPhone, to use the 1x camera lens thing, because if you go to like 0.5 or anything else, you're not gonna get the full frame. Like you're not gonna be able to use the whole sensor because it like crops in or like expands out and it just doesn't look as good. So yeah, so an honorable mention is the iPhone for 2024 into 2025. I'm out of breath, I just ran upstairs from downstairs. But with that being said, Happy New Year. Let's go 2025. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. I love answering questions. We're at 300 subscribers. I got that on Christmas, which was my Christmas wish. So thank you for subscribing. If you haven't and you're new here, consider subscribing because we have fun here on this channel. So with that being said, stay safe, keep shooting, and I'll see you in the next video.
By now